Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 10.18. Chapter name is Factory Overhead Variance, and we have already done one introductory question, but we have understood the format and several terms related to FH variance. Again, before starting our question, we will directly go to the requirement. And in requirement, you can see we need three variances. First is overall variance, then spending variance, and capacity variance. Here we have the format which we have already understood, and as usual, whatever we have done in question number 10.17, we will be doing the same thing over here. The first requirement which we can see over here, we need overall variance, which is also called total variance. And as you know, total variance, when you want to calculate, it would be in between actual FH and applied FH. After which we will decide its variance, and secondly we will decide whether it is under or over applied. You can see over here what is our requirement: over and under applied. So if applied FH is more than actual FH, again read it, if applied FH would be written over here, is more than actual FH, you will name it over applied, and if your applied FH is less than actual, you will name it applied FH is less than, we will change the sign, it would be called under applied. So in this way our first requirement would be complete. What we have done, under or over applied FH would be calculated through total variance. Total variance is in between actual and applied FH. If applied is more than actual, it would be over applied, and if applied is less than actual, it would be considered as under applied. So in this way you will be able to calculate your total variance. Next requirement is spending variance, and as you know, its name is budget, and it is also called spending variance, and it is a relationship between budget FH and actual FH. You will calculate the difference between budget FH and actual FH and here you will calculate the variance. This variance would be considered as spending variance, and this is our second requirement. And finally you will conclude as well, if your actual FH is more than your budget FH. If actual FH is more than your budget FH, that would be considered unfavorable, and if your actual FH is less than your budget, it would be considered favorable. So here our second requirement would be fulfilled. Spending variance, it is also called budget variance, which is relationship between budget and FH. And we will also be concluding as unfavorable or favorable. If actual is more, it is unfavorable. If actual is less, it would be favorable. Then let's see what is our third requirement: ideal capacity variance. And the second name of capacity variance is volume variance, or idle, or capacity variance. And it is a relationship between budget FH and applied FH, with which you will be able to calculate your variance. Here you will subtract budget FH and applied FH, and you will get your capacity variance, and finally you will conclude as if your budget FH is more than your applied FH. Budget is more than, so it would be unfavorable for you. Why? Because budget is near to real amount. Why I'm saying near to real? Because applied FH is just the thinking, just assumption. You are supposing some amount, supposing some expense, while budget is the amount which you will arrange and would be present in your pocket. So it means you are arranging amount more than that of your thinking. So it will go unfavorable. So if budget FH is less than your applied FH, so it will go in your favor and you will call it favorable variance. So this way our three requirements would be fulfilled. Alright, now it's time to calculate the relative items which are present on your right page. This whole page you will not be able to fulfill at first stage. Obviously you will complete your calculation on the right page and then you will come to the left or the mean page. So we will be focusing upon here and we'll be calculating our inputs, and for inputs, as we know, we need, here your page has arrived and you are in need to calculate three major things. The very first thing which you will calculate would be your actual FH, and actual FH is normally given in the question. Secondly, what you will calculate is applied FH. Third, which you will calculate would be budget FH, and fourth, which you will calculate would be factory overhead rate or factory overhead applied rate. And for fourth calculation you need to have two rates. One is for A, and you will put a, for 4A what do you need? I think the space should be given over here. 4A, and 4A you will calculate your fixed FH rate. And how you will calculate fixed FH rate? By dividing fixed FH over estimated hours. So here is your 4A with which you will be calculating, and then 4B, and what 4B is saying, you will be calculating your variable FH rate. And how you will calculate variable FH rate? Variable FH divided by estimated hours. So this way all of your calculations would be completed. The very first step would be to calculate 4A and 4B. That means last step would be calculated at first, and then we will go to fourth, third, second and first step. When these four steps would be completed, we will go back to the main page. The very first thing which will be calculated would be fixed FH rate. For that we will come over here, and please make your attention over here. Though we should read everything again, here is our question, and you can see that, okay, here the complete question has been arrived. Let me set it. Normal operating capacity of company's power plant is 180,000. Normal or estimated or budget is almost similar. There is a minor difference and we will discuss later on. So these normal hours can be considered as your estimated. So first thing we have got is 1,80,000, which is normal hours. At this level of capacity, fixed FH, we have found out the fixed FH 288 and variable FH 198. So our problem has been sorted out, but we were in need fixed FH and estimated hours. Look at here, fixed factory overhead, you can see over here is 228,000. So we are going to put 228,000 over here, and you are needed to divide it with what? Estimated hours. And come over here, 180,000 kilowatt hours. hours are written over here. So these are units, and normal units I was saying are near about estimated hours. So 180,000 are to be considered your normal hours. This is your statement, and now what you will write on calculator, 228,000, and it would be divided by 1,80,000. Okay, so we have got our first answer. This is fixed FOH rate, and it was 180,000. So how we had calculated it? By dividing 228,000 over 180,000. All right. Fixed FOH rate is calculated how? We have divided fixed FOH by estimated hours. Here fixed FOH was written 228,000 and normal hours were 180,000. First rate has been calculated. Now we will be going to second rate, which is variable FOH rate, and we need variable FOH, and it would be divided by estimated hours. You can see over here, please focus, variable FOH or variable overhead is the same thing. Variable FOH is 198,000. So you are going to put 198,000 over here, will be divided by estimated hours. Same estimated hours will be used for variable as well. Normal hours would be shared by fixed and variable both. So these were 180,000. This is your statement, and now put it on calculator. 198,000 was your variable FOH, and it is supposed to be divided by 180,000, which are your normal hours. So in this way you have calculated your second rate. I'm just thinking why these are so many decimals over here. 228,000 fixed FOH, 2, okay, that is what I was finding. It is 288,000. So due to printing, that is what I was looking, because I was doubtful why these so many decimals are coming here. So it is 288,000. So you are going to change it. 288,000 is the amount. There is little bit easier for me. I can edit, but if let's say we were doing it on a paper, that would be quite difficult. You will have to cut it down. So here our fixed FOH rate has arrived and variable FOH is arrived. FOH applied rate, how it comes? When you will add your fixed FOH and you will plus fixed FOH rate, add in it variable FOH rate. In this way you will calculate your total FOH applied rate. We should write it, total applied rate, also the name, total applied FOH rate. Okay, now let's see what is fixed FOH rate. 4A, with which we have calculated fixed FOH rate, that was 1.6, put over here 1.6, and you are now needed to add what? Variable FOH rate. Look at the formula. Variable FOH rate is 1.1. So put 1.1 over here. Statement completed. Now put it on your calculator. 1.6 and add 1.1. So all three rates are calculated. We have fixed FOH rate, we have variable FOH rate, we have total applied FOH rate, 2.7, 1.6 and 1.1. Fourth step is completed. So we will be now calculating third step, which is budget FOH. It has three steps. First you will be using actual hours, and then you will multiply it with variable FOH rate. Okay, so variable FOH rate, and then you will add fixed FOH, with which you will be calculating your budget FOH. Now let's see what are actual FOH hours. What we need? Actual hours. and it would be multiplied by variable FOH rate. Come over here, and here during November the power plant produced means actually it's the production 225,000. Actual overhead for the month is 62250. So it is actual number of units or hours produced 225,000. So what you will do, you will put here, I think we should have one more line so that we can actually demonstrate the presentation as well. For that, what we will do, we can shift this to this. So here we have the line actual hours written over here is 225,000. So put 225,000, and you are needed to multiply it with variable FH rate. You can see over here variable FH rate. Come for B, you will get your variable FH rate, that is 1.1. Put over here 1.1, and same would be calculated. 225,000 is your actual hours which we have taken from here, 225,000. Okay. And then you will be multiplying it with 1.1. That was variable FH rate we have taken from here. First element has been sorted out, and you are in need now to calculate the second part, which was fixed FH. And how much fixed FH is, you have already seen. Look at this, fixed overhead is 288,000. So you will write 288,000 over here, and finally it's time to calculate total budget FH. Here, how would you calculate budget FH? By adding both, because what is written over here? Add fixed FH. Little more distinction we may create. Add fixed FH. So first answer was 247,500. Then add fixed FH to 88,000. So here you have got your budget FH as well. Third step is completed. Now come to second step, applied FH. How it would arrive? You will be needing actual FH, and you will multiply it with applied FH rate. Actual hours, actual FH hours or actual hours या units, and you will multiply it with applied FH rate. Come to the question. During November, the plant produced 225,000. So it was actual production, actual hours 225,000. You need to multiply it with applied FH rate. Come at fourth number. FH applied rate was 2.7. So put 2.7 over here. With this, you will be able to calculate your applied FH with single step. Nothing else you will be doing. With just single step, you will be able to calculate applied FH. On calculator, you will write 225,000, and you will be multiplying it with 2.7. So second calculation has also been completed. We have got our applied FH. On third step, we have calculated budget FH. Now come to first requirement, which is actual FH. And as you know that actual FH would be given in your question, and you know you don't need to apply any formula over here. Here you can see, please read it. Actual overhead or actual FH for the month is 622,500. 6,22,500 is the amount of actual FH. So it's a very smooth procedure with which you have calculated first requirement actual FH, and then you have calculated applied FH, which is 607,500. Third step, budget FH, we have calculated 535500. Budget FH calculated. These three FH were needed actually, and this is, we have calculated all of our requirement has been completed. If you have first three requirements as completed, it means everything has been completed. So you will go to the main page now. It's time to put these values. What first we need is actual FH. First requirement we have met is actual FH, so you are needed to put same actual FH 6,22,500 in front of actual, and then you need to have applied FH. Second requirement, you can see it is applied FH, which you have calculated is 6,07,500. So you are going to put the same amount over here. It's time to calculate under over applied FH or total variance. It is called total variance. How you will calculate? By calculating the difference between actual and applied. Actual 622. For difference, you will subtract applied FH, which was 607,500, and here you have got your um, variance, total variance. It's time to see whether it is over applied or under applied. For that purpose, you will be focusing upon applied only. If applied is more or actual, you will see it. Applied is 60 and actual is 62. It means applied is less. So we will conclude, since applied is less than actual, it would be called under applied total variance. Answer has arrived. So these two lines were written just for the reference. They are unneeded to be written over here. You may erase them. But this was for the reference, and we have chosen the second reference if applied is less than actual. It is under applied. Applied was less, so we have named it as under applied. First requirement has been completed. It was our, suppose, A, and now we will see how to calculate our budget variance. It may be our second requirement. Budget variance would be calculated by it is the difference between budget and actual. Come to third statement which we have calculated. It was budget FH, and the calculated budget FH was 535500. You are needed to put this amount. This is your budget FH, 5,35,500. Put over here. And then next is to put actual FH. First requirement, first calculation, first working which we have done was actual FH, and this was 6,22,500. Put over here. Budget variance will be calculated by taking the difference of budget and actual. So budget FH was 535 and actual FH was 622. So you will take the difference of both. To calculate the difference, you will subtract both amounts. Here you have got 87,000. It's time to calculate, it's time to conclude. Rather, the better word is conclude. It is unfavorable or favorable. For that, you will be focusing upon actual FH only. If actual is more or less. Now see, actual is 6.2 while budget is 5.3. It means actual is more. When actual is more, it would be called unfavorable budget variance we have calculated, which is 87,000, and we should be looking at answer as well. Second was your spending or budget variance. It is 87,000. 87,000 is here, and unfavorable we have put. So our second requirement is also completed. It's time to calculate our third requirement, which is volume or idle capacity variance. For volume, you need budget FH. Here come to the third statement which we have calculated is budget FH. And how much budget FH you have calculated? It was 535500. You can put over here, and then you need to have applied FH. Go to second statement which we have calculated. Applied FH was 607,500. Put over here. And now it's time to calculate the variance, which would be here by taking the difference of budget and applied FH. So To take the difference, you will write down first amount 607,500 and the second amount is for budget 53,550. To calculate the difference, you are subtracting both amounts. Here we have got our third variance and it was volume variance. Okay, here come 72,000 is your third ideal capacity variance. Third requirement answer is 72,000. Okay, that's all right. Now it's time to conclude whether it is favorable or unfavorable. For that, you will be focusing upon budget only. If budget is more or less. Budget was 53 and applied is 60. It means budget is less. Since you are arranging less budget, it will go favorable. So it is favorable volume variance or capacity variance, which is 72,000. We have concluded it as favorable. You can see over here in your answer FAV is written. That means it's favorable as well. Alright guys, you have completed your question number 10.18, which is actually the second question. Hopefully you people have understood. I'm very humbly requesting you to, this is your whole question. Could you imagine? This is long question and that's all, nothing else. At left side you can see there are three formulas. On right side you can see there are 4 steps which will help you to complete your first page. I'm very hopeful that you people have understood even after spending this much time. If you have any query, any question, you can text, you can message, or you can directly contact me. I would always be available to serve you. I will be glad even if the whole question you want me to do it again. I'm ready and with full heartedly or happily I will be solving this question again. Thank you very much for your time. This was your question number 10.18. Soon we will be meeting for the solution of any of the next question. Until then, please take care of yourself and I'm asking you to pray for me. And it's time to say goodbye. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.